Good morning and welcome to Kingsford High School, Kingsford Middle School. I'm Mr. Dave Lindbeck, Kingsford High School Principal, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies today. for today's Veterans Day celebration. At this time, please stand and remain standing for the presentation of colors of the Kingsford American Legion, Sons of American Legion Carpenter Clash 363 Color Guard. And this will be followed by the singing of our national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. To lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, President and Vice President Carly Trevelyan and Marley Briers of Kingsford High School Student Council.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce you to Mrs. Jessica Vergalia, Kingsford Middle School principal, who will officially welcome us to the 2025 Veterans Day celebration.
Good morning, students, staff, community members, and most importantly, our veterans. I am Jessica Garvalia, the principal of Kingsford Middle School, and as many of you know, before stepping into this role, I taught history at Kingsford High School. So it's both an honor and a privilege to open today's ceremony, a day rooted in history, reflection, and gratitude. Today, we gather to pay tribute to the brave men and women who served our country with courage, honor, and unwavering dedication. Veterans Day is not just a day on the calendar. It's a reminder of the extraordinary sacrifices made to protect the freedoms that we enjoy every single day. From the battlefields of World War I to the deserts of Iraq and the mountains of Afghanistan, our veterans have answered the call to serve. They've shown us what it means to put others before self, to live lives marked by courage, service, and integrity. The origins of this day trace back to the end of World War I. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918, the guns fell silent, marking the end of what was then called the War to End All Wars. This moment of peace became known as Armistice Day, established to honor those who had served in that great conflict. In 1954, the name was changed to Veterans Day to recognize and honor American veterans who served in the war and those who served in time of peace. It became a day to pause, to remember, and to thank every individual who has worn the uniform of our nation. The freedoms that we enjoy today, our ability to learn, to speak freely, to gather, and to live without fear exist because of the sacrifices of those who served. Though we can never fully repay that debt, we can show our gratitude through our actions, our respect, and our understanding of what symbols of freedom truly mean. One of those symbols is our American flag, a powerful emblem of the ideals that our veterans have defended for generations. It represents unity, liberty, and sacrifice. Showing respect for the flag is one small way we may honor the service of those who have protected it. When our flag passes by during today's program or at any event, you'll notice veterans and service members salute. For those of you not in uniform, proper flag etiquette means standing, removing hats, placing your right hand over your heart, and remaining silent as the flag is raised, lowered, or passes in front of you. These gestures are simple, but they carry deep meaning. They remind us that freedom was earned, and it continues to be preserved through the commitment and bravery of our veterans. As President John F. Kennedy once said, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. Let's take those words to heart. Let's live with gratitude, serve our communities, and carry forward the values of freedom, justice, and equality that our veterans fought to uphold. Thank you for joining us in this meaningful tribute. May this Veterans Day remind us not only of the cost of our freedom, but also our responsibility to honor it each and every day. Welcome to the 2025 Veterans Day program.
Thank you, Mrs. Garvalia. Now, a musical selection by the Kingsford High School's very own concert chorale under the direction of Mr. Kurt Rogan in the singing of the Salute to Armed Forces, arranged by Camp Kirkland. The choir also invites all veterans and current service members to stand, if able, and recognize during their branches of their respective song.
The United States Army. The United States Navy. The United States Coast Guard. the United States Air Force, the United States Marines,
Thank you, Mr. Rogan. It is my privilege to introduce today's guest speaker, Lieutenant Colonel John Van Dusen of the United States Army Reserve. Lieutenant Colonel Van Dusen enlisted in the Michigan Army National Guard on January 31st, 2000. He completed basic combat training, military police training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, before earning his commission as a second lieutenant in December of 2005 through the Northern Michigan University ROTC program. Soon after commissioning, he deployed to Iraq in 2006 as a platoon leader with the 46th Military Police Company. During that deployment, he experienced the loss of his platoon sergeant and best friend, Sergeant First Class Jim Priestap, a fellow Upper Peninsula native. He then transferred to Echo Company, the 1st Battalion of the 125th Infantry Regiment, to continue his service overseas. In 2010, he deployed again, serving as executive officer in Riga, Latvia, and later in 2013 as captain commanding the 144th Military Police Company in Kabul, Afghanistan, where he led more than 150 soldiers across 4 coalition bases within the Kabul base cluster. After returning home, Lieutenant Colonel Van Dusen remained on active duty with the 107th Engineering Battalion in Ishpeming, overseeing operations for the CBRN response enterprise. That's chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear response. He has also served as Assistant Operations Officer, Anti-Terrorism Officer, and Provost Marshal at Camp Grayling. Today, Lieutenant Colonel Van Dusen continues his service to our nation as an instructor for the U.S. Army Command and General Staff College, where he teaches master's level courses in leadership, history, doctrine, force management to Army majors. In 2023, he was honored as a Training and Doctrine Command Instructor of the Year. His numerous awards and decorations include the Bronze Star Medal with the Oak Leaf Cluster, Memoritas Service Medal, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and Operation Enduring Freedom Campaign Medals, Combat Action Badge, Air Assault Badge, Basic Army Instructor Badge, and then the German Armed Forces Efficiency Badge. Lieutenant Colonel Van Dusen lives right here in Kingsford with his wife Rebecca and Flivver freshman son James. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to a dedicated soldier, leader, educator, middle school social studies teacher, and a proud Flivver, Lieutenant Colonel John Van Dusen.
Good morning, Kingsford. Now, I already know what some of you veterans are thinking. Great. They just gave the microphone to a colonel. We're never going to get out of here. I think it was Wally that told me he never met an officer that didn't love the sound of his own voice. There's a few students here today who I've asked to stand, and I'm going to have them do that now. If you notice, there aren't very many of them, and that's intentional. These 7 students represent the proportionality of Americans who are currently serving in our military at any given time. No other organization other than the military asks so few to sacrifice so much for so many. You may be seated, thank you. When you look at the men and the women sitting here today, you're looking at people who made a promise. They raised their right hand and swore to protect the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Now, with so few people standing guard over those rights, makes you wonder, what can you really do to honor their service? Because they have all earned more than a simple thank you. The good news is, there are some things you can do, things that make you the American worth fighting for. And before you walk out of the gym today, I'm going to leave you with 3 of them. 3 simple ways to honor their service, not with words, but with your actions. First, be a leader. When most people hear the word leader, they think of someone in charge, the boss, the captain. But real leadership is about not being in charge, but taking care of the people in your charge. When I was a private at basic training, I thought leadership meant barking orders. Drill sergeant would yell at me and I would move and that was it. But it didn't take long to realize that doesn't work in the real world. In the real world, if you bark too much, people just stop listening. I learned that real leadership isn't about giving orders, but about serving the people who follow you. It's about doing what you can to make sure your followers are successful. It's staying late so your soldiers can go home early. It's making sure everyone else is eaten before you grab a plate. Veterans in this crowd will know this phrase well. The leader should be the first one out of the foxhole and the last one in the chow line. In the classroom, it looks a little different. Maybe it's the student who helps someone else understand their homework, or helps someone prepare for a test, or someone who invites the quiet student over to their lunch table and makes a new friend. So let me see by a raise of hands, who has ever helped a teammate who was struggling, or encouraged a classmate before a big test? That's leadership. You didn't need a title or a rank or some fancy uniform. You just needed a little bit of heart and a little bit of kindness. If you want to honor their service, be a leader and start by serving others. Second, vigorously practice your Creator-given right to speak. In the Army, I've worked with people from every background, every belief, and every corner of the country. City kids, farm kids, rich kids, poor kids, every color, and every accent you can imagine. When I was in Afghanistan, I used to joke that I needed 2 interpreters. I needed one so I could understand my counterparts in the Afghanistan Army, and I needed another to understand my brigade commander, who was from Alabama. This Youper doesn't speak fluent Southern. But when the air was thick with diesel fuel from a recent roadside bomb, the smell of gunpowder from the follow-on gunfight was there. When rounds were snapping overhead, none of that mattered. Didn't matter if they were a Democrat or a Republican, a city kid, a redneck, black, white, rich or poor. The only thing that mattered was taking care of your brothers and sisters next to you. America isn't easy. Never has been. Freedom isn't some participation trophy. It's advanced citizenship. You gotta want it. It means you gotta stand up and speak your ideas and beliefs, especially when they're unpopular. But it also means you have to have the courage to sit down and listen when someone else shares their beliefs. That's the price of freedom, not just fighting for your right to talk, but defending someone else's right to disagree with you. You don't have to like what they say, but you do have to respect their right to say it. These men and women didn't fight in the jungles of Vietnam and the deserts of Iraq and Afghanistan for you to be weak. They fought for your right to speak. If you want to honor their service, stand up and speak. Then, sit down and listen. Finally, remember this. It is never too late to do the right thing. Doing the right thing is rarely easy, but it is always right. In life and in leadership, you're going to make mistakes. Sometimes it's because you're young and don't know any better. Sometimes because you don't have all the facts. And sometimes, even when your heart's in the wrong place, you still get it wrong. When that happens, you need to own it, learn from it, and fix it. And then when the chance comes by to do the right thing, do it. That lesson matters especially today, Veterans Day. For too long, some of our heroes didn't get the thanks they deserved. When our Vietnam veterans came home, they weren't met with parades and celebrations. They were met with jeers, silence, and disrespect. How'd we make that mistake? As a country, were we too young? Did we not have all the facts? Did we really think that was the right thing to do? The reason isn't what matters most. What matters most is that we do the right thing now. We honor every veteran here, and we especially welcome home those who served in Vietnam and remember those who never made it home. To my brothers and sisters who served there, I hope I'm not the first to say this, but welcome home. Thank you for your service. If you want to honor their service, do the right thing. It's never too late. Leading by serving, speaking with conviction, and doing the right thing. Those are three things that you can do today to honor the heroes sitting before you. You don't need a uniform or a title or a rank. You can do it right here in the Fliver Nation. You can live that out in the classroom, in the community, on the sports field or the court. You can do it through your church, through your neighborhood, and with your own family. Be the kind of person who makes others better. Be the kind of American that's worth fighting for. Live in a way that honors the memory and the meaning of the sacrifices of those sitting in this auditorium today and those who never got to make it home. Veterans, I want to thank you for your service and your example. Students, I want to thank you for being the next generation of leaders. This country is depending on you. You are we the people. God bless our veterans, God bless the Fliver Nation, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Van Dusen. Your words are extremely powerful and needed, now more than ever. At this time, we'll have a performance by the Kingsford High School Band under the direction of Mr. Mark Rose. They'll be performing Portrait of Freedom by Stephen Ranke. Thank you, Mr. Rose. At this time, please stand as we remember and honor those who had made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom, as our very own Micah Flunker and Mackenzie Landcore will play taps. You may be seated. On behalf of Brighton Township Schools, I want to offer a sincere thank you to Mr. Van Dusen for speaking with such passion about leadership and service. His reminder that leadership is service, unity is listening, and it's never too late to do the right thing truly resonated with us all. And now, more than ever, we need to take a pause, look around, and remember what our great nation was founded on, and strive each day to be better people today than we were yesterday. I'd also like to thank Mr. Rogan, Mr. Rose, Mrs. Garvalia, the Carpenter Clash Color Guard, Ms. Bloomer, Mr. Cowan, Mr. White, our custodial staff, and our food service staff who helped make this morning's program such meaningful and successful for all of us. But most importantly, I want to thank all the veterans who are here with us today, as well as those who we hold in our hearts. And as we conclude today's gathering, I want to take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to the veterans among us. Your courage, your dedication, and sacrifice have shaped our nation and safeguarded the freedoms we cherish. Today and every day, we honor your service and commitment. And to all veterans, past and present, your bravery and strength inspire us all. Your legacy of service will forever be honored. As we leave here today, may we carry with us a spirit of gratitude for the sacrifices you've made on behalf of this nation. Thank you for your service, and may we continue to uphold the values you have fought to protect. At this time, I would like to give a special recognition to all of our Kingsford High School seniors who have answered the call to serve and will enlist in the military after graduation. Please stand and be recognized. And now I'll ask all veterans to please stand and be honored. And finally, I invite the entire student body, both Kingsford High School and Kingsford Middle School, please stand and join me in thanking the veterans for all they have done to ensure our freedom continues to preserve the right to live in the greatest country in the world. Veterans, again, thank you for all you have done for us. We are honored by your presence here this morning. And again, thank you. This concludes the morning's Veterans Day program. Please remain standing as the color guard exits the gym. As a reminder, veterans, there'll be a social after we are dismissed here. Students, you may report to your third hour class. You are dismissed.